What's going on? What's going on, my co-creators? Hope you're co-creating the life that you love, the life that you want. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Um, Once again, I usually don't shoot the videos on the same day of the week, but hey, it happened again today. It's been very busy this week. I haven't had the time to really get ahead. So anyway, yeah, happy Friday. And I was thinking about these days of the weeks and stuff, and it's like, everybody are kind of off of their regular routine here lately, and it's like I'm seeing more and more people forget what day of the week it is. It's like we used to be on so much of a tight schedule without living in this world and trying to keep up with everything. We would have to know what day of the week it is all the time. But nowadays, I'm seeing people, they're like, "What's today? What's today?" So I'm like, we need to stop calling. The day of the week is just a name. You know what I'm saying? Just name the day of the week whatever you want whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be a beautiful day, call it beautiful day. Happy beautiful day. If you want it to be, put your name there, Adib Day, Happy Adib Day. If you want it to be Success Day, just name the day of the week, whatever you want it to be, and let's go with that. Cause that's a great affirmation. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, the day of the week ain't nothing but a name. That's all it is. Today I wanted to talk about something I was talking about one of my friends the other day, and I'm always trying to figure out ways to get my message across, ways to help empower people, ways to help people wake up to their true potential, who they really are. That's what I'm all about. And sometimes it's kind of like, okay, I know I'm saying these things, and there's different levels to everything. You know what I'm saying? There's a simpler way I can explain things and kind of base it off of like a lot of situations that we run into on a daily basis. I try not to be too down to earth or down to flesh, because I know that there's a bigger story here. There's a bigger take. There's a bigger picture that we need to focus on. You know what I'm saying? We're not just what we look like in the mirror. There's more to the story than that. And so I try not to get too caught up in that kind of stuff. And it's kind of sometimes I feel like, man, maybe I should kind of, dumb my message down. Well, maybe dumbing it down sounds a little negative. Maybe I should kind of simplify my message and kind of make it a little more down to earth, a little more relatable. But then I'm like, damn, that's just not where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I can do videos, and I'll talk about politics a little bit. I'll talk about race a little bit, but it's just to make a specific point. That's not what I base my growth off of. It's not about that. And so I'm like, should I go back? I'm like, no. Just like in relationships, I found myself, dumbing myself down, slowing myself down. I'm not gonna do that with these talks, folks. Some stuff is gonna be way over your head, and some stuff like there's some things I could talk about. I could really tie it into politics, and it'll really make sense. But there's enough people telling you about how people use politics to do this and do that, and you can go listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Or there's enough people talking about how black and white and all that stuff amounts to this and that. You can go listen to them. That's cool. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything wrong with that. It's just not my way that I decide to get my information out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm always looking at the biggest picture that I can see, and I'm always trying to expand. And sometimes when you get down to earth or down to flesh and you play that game, you kind of you're not really expanding. You're not really growing. You're not really helping people see this world in a different way. And I know sometimes I may say stuff that folks don't understand, but just know that as you begin to see this world how it really is, and you begin to open up and see things differently, I guarantee you're gonna if you went back and you looked at some of my videos, especially within the last couple of months, if you look at them again with fresh eyes, you're gonna see and hear stuff you never saw and heard before. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to see the same message you saw before, and I'm hoping that'll happen for some people. And it's not like I'm smarter or I got more intelligence. It's not like that at all. I'm always trying to expand. I'm not trying to get stuck on one thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to get bigger and better and think of things outside of my box. I refuse to try to have one perspective and follow the guidelines of just because of what I look like, or some group I'm supposed to be tied to. I refuse to follow those guidelines because that makes you, it slows you down. It really slows you down. And we don't need no slowing down, folks. This whole society, this whole Western society is pretty much set up on us being slowed down and dumbed down, and just either, from eating the worst foods or taking medicine, using strong drugs, and the news, our educational system is all based on slowing us down and keeping us distracted and dumb. And I'm not going to perpetuate that. I'm not going to get on here and try to meet you where you're at. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to deal with adults that are seeing this world the way it is, and maybe some young folks that refuse to be put under the spell of this world. So I'm not in the business of dumbing myself down so you can feel better. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not doing that. So, and I advise you not to do that. I've done that in relationships. I've been with people, and I find myself not expressing myself on all parts of the relationship and not getting what I want because I'm trying to meet them where they at. And, I can see doing that with kids. Like if I was raising kids, you got to approach them in a certain way with different situations. I get that. But as far as adults here, y'all need to catch up. You just need to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Because, I heard this story about in World War II, if you believe that history or whatever. In World War II, a lot of the ships that was going across the Atlantic, they were vulnerable because it was the battleships, the warships, and then they would be protecting convoys of supplies. They were shipping supplies to the I think it was the UK or whatever at that time, other places too. And the battleships, they were good surviving the attacks from the Germans, as far as the submarines, the U-boats, or whatever they called them. What's going on with my camera? Hold on. Hold on, it's going slow, folks. I'm gonna get it back there. Good Lord, and then move around. And so anyway, the battleships, they were good. They knew how to protect themselves, and they were fast, But the cargo ships that they were protecting, they were slow. They wasn't built for battle. They wasn't built for speed. And so they got into most of their trouble, and most of their casualties came from just slowing down and trying to protect the cargo ships. You know what I'm saying? If they were just out there with their full speed, doing their full capabilities, they would have survived. A lot more of those ships would have survived. And that's kind of what's happening in this world. Is like, we're slowing down, trying to, help people catch up, but we got to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? We got to all get up to speed and all start moving at the proper rate so we can evolve, so we can survive, so we can grow. We can't be letting each other dumb each other down, trying to protect people. Like I said, unless you're dealing with kids or disabled people or something, people that have real issues. But man, you're adults. Y'all can think. I don't need to sit here and try to explain everything by talking about race or politics and all that. Man. Yeah, there's those factors being played, but there's a bigger picture. There's some good versus evil going on. There's some stuff going on right now, folks, that's going to come out about some people that you love, people that you believe in, these celebrities, these politicians, these people that's supposed to be in charge. They got some really dark stuff going on. And I'm not going to get into any specifics, but just know that it's not just about, Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal, and that's all flipped on its head. The meanings of those words are totally opposite and backwards for certain people, and they just going along with it just because it says this. And, it's crazy, man. Like, people are letting their politics be more important than their health. It's like, pay attention to your body and your health instead of worrying about what your certain politicians say. It's ridiculous. It's like some people, they get emotionally involved with these groups and stuff, and they're not thinking. They're not thinking at all. Not gonna get into that. But anyway, folks, do not dumb yourself down in this world. Don't try to cut your message in half because, folks can't keep up. It's very hard sometimes because I'm walking around and I see all this potential in all these people, and I see so many people that's getting taken advantage of, and I'm like, damn, it's almost like, you ever been in love with somebody, or you just see the world in them, and You know, when you see them, you just see butterflies and rainbows. You can see their aura. You just think they're the most wonderful thing in the world. You know, so I've been like that. You know, with a couple of women in my life. You know, and they just don't feel the same way about you. They don't see that in you. Y'all, it doesn't make them a bad person. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing anything wrong. They just don't see it. They're not there. And they might not ever get there. But they're not doing anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel sometimes. Like I'm walking around the world with a bunch of beautiful potential and a bunch of beautiful people, and they just going along with these groups, and just because I look like this, I gotta think like this. Because I'm from this area, I gotta vote like this. It's because this one thing is this, I gotta do that, and that's silly. That's very ignorant, folks. We gotta stop doing that. We gotta start thinking for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Be responsible for ourselves and stop being a part of these groups and thinking like everybody around you. I mean, come on now. We all, especially people that look like me or whatever, and, other people too. I'm guessing. We've been around, like when I was younger, to be intelligent or to speak properly was kind of shunned. Even to this day, sometimes, people look at you funny if you use certain words or talk in a certain way, and I found myself kind of dumbing myself down around certain people when I was growing up, not being myself because I didn't want them to look at me like I was, trying to be better than them or something. I was just trying to grow and expand. I wasn't thinking on that level. And so anyway, folks, do not dumb yourself down. And, you can see all the love in the world, but everybody not going to love you back. And it's painful sometimes. It hurts, but it is what it is. And I just want you to continue to co-create and be aware, be conscious of yourself, and just do your best to keep up your speed. Don't slow down for anybody. Keep moving. Keep it moving, folks. Don't slow down for anybody. I love you, my co-creators. I want you to go out today and get some fresh air. Get some of that oxygen in you. I want you to get your cardio on. I went to the gym this morning. I was up there like 5:30 this morning. Did me a quick little workout for about an hour, and do your meditation. So I didn't get a chance to meditate this morning, but I swear, once you get into meditating, you'll be surprised how you can take less than a minute and center yourself. I'm pretty sure you can do it quicker than that once you get really good at it. So yeah, meditation is great, folks. It really connects you with your higher self and reminds you of who you really, really are. And turn off the news, folks. The news is all about keeping us distracted and making us fight against each other, and it's going to do nothing but get turned up the closer we get to election day. It's more, everything is being politicized. I mean, I don't look at politics and stuff like talking about, but I'm like, damn, a lot of the stuff I say, you would think that I'm for a certain party or a certain candidate. I'm not even into politics. I don't even care about that stuff like that. And but if you just look at something I'm talking about, if you don't listen to everything, you think I'm in a certain group or I'm part of. I don't give a damn about your politician. I don't love none of these people. I don't care about any of these people. I'm trying not to say the wrong words because I had a couple of slip-ups the last couple of weeks. Anyway, I don't do politics, folks. This is all just me talking about loving on myself, loving on you, and teaching us how to be better and expand and speed up and grow stronger. And before I close, I'm just thinking about this. We've all been in those situations where we feel like we're just moving at a different pace than everybody. Like we're just moving at a certain speed. And people don't see the things you see, and that's how I feel sometimes when you're waking up from the facade of this world. When you start seeing what it's really all about and what's really going on and what kind of wickedness is really happening around you, it got nothing to do with your stupid politician, folks. Stop putting all that evil on these people. Stop giving these stupid politicians all this credit. Stop getting yourself emotionally involved with them. Stop saying, "Oh, I hate him." I mean, you could bring up a certain politician and people act like they're about to fall over and fall in love. You bring up a different politician, I love him. I hate him. I can't stand what they say. I can't stand what she said. It's like, stop getting emotional about the people you don't know. These people don't care about you. Stop it. Stop being all tied to these groups like that. It's making you dumb. You got to think for yourself. And everything in these groups ain't for you. So stop tying yourself and aligning yourself with these groups or with these politicians or against these groups or against these politicians. It's not about this. It's about finding out who you really are. And watching the news and all that stuff, That stuff it's brainwashing. It just reinforces the madness. So anyway, folks, we gotta start thinking for ourselves. Stop with it. Stop it. Stop it. Speed up your life and keep it moving. Take care of your health. Take care of your immune system. Be strong. And leave your phone at home sometime. I'm laughing because I just saw somebody driving by in a car and they was in a car by themselves and they had a face mask on. It just looked so silly. It's like, what is that for? What are you doing? Compliance, folks. It's going to help us in a heck of a situation. Y'all better stop listening. Y'all better stop complying. Y'all better stop trusting these people. Y'all better stop listening to these people. They are not here to help you. Y'all better stop. I'm trying to tell you, you're falling into a trap. It's one thing one day. The next day is going to be something else. And you're not going to be able to do anything unless you comply because you're complying now. I'm trying to tell you, that's what happens. That's the bigger picture that I'm trying to get you to see. And some of you see it, some of you don't. Y'all, people every day, they know how I feel. I'm dropping nothing but knowledge on you. Nothing but love, nothing but knowledge and love on you. And yet you still walking around complying. Y'all better stop listening to these people. It doesn't stop here. I'm telling you, one day it's this. Oh, you got to do this, or you can't do that. Next day it's going to be, oh, you got to take a test, or you can't work here, or you can't go here, or you can't buy from here, you can't. And next day you know it's going to be, oh, you got to get a vaccine, or you can't work here, or you can't travel here. And next thing you know, even if the vaccine isn't the most terrible thing in the world that people think it is. I know I'm taking a little side road. The fact that they are making you do it, and then what's going to come along with making you do something, I mean, you're not going to have to do it. You're just not going to be able to do anything you like to do unless you do it. That's how it's going to work, folks. And once they make you have to do it to do most things you like to do, then it's going to be okay. It's going to be something that's going to be attached to your driver's license. Has this person been vaccinated this year? You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you're going to need that license to go and do anything. And that's why you have to not comply to stuff right now, because it's being normalized. It's being normal for somebody to walk up in a place and they got to put something on their face. It's being normal for somebody to walk up to you and put an instrument towards your forehead and check your temperature. That's not anybody's business to know what your temperature is. That's your medical history. Nobody should know if you testing for anything. That is your medical history. Nobody should know if you have gotten a vaccination or anything as an adult or whatever. That's your medical history. And right now, we're being slowly pushed to giving up the rights to our bodies. And that's what I don't think people are getting this. Oh, it's just a face mask on protecting other people. It's not about that. I'm not saying that people shouldn't wear whatever they want to wear, but I'm saying that people shouldn't be forced to do that kind of stuff. It shouldn't be anything mandatory. That's what I'm saying. At my gym over where I live, they had the gym closed for months. And I'm like, okay, I'm paying for this, with my lease or whatever. It's not right, but okay, I'm let them have the benefit of the doubt for a couple of months. Then they finally decided, oh, it's 24-hour gym. That's what I pay for. But now it's only open these hours, from certain hours. And I'm like, how about if you don't feel safe going to the gym, you don't go to the damn gym? How about that? Why you gotta lock it up and try to stop adults from being adults and taking their risk and doing what they want to do? We risk everything else. Shoot, go look in your refrigerator and see what kind of stuff trash you put in your body. Some of you. Shoot. Anyway, we can't comply to the silliness, folks. It's a slow step, and that's why I'm so adamant right now. That's why I'm doing these videos like this right now, because I know where it's going. I know how this stuff works, especially by being an election year. All these politicians, these people in power, they're trying to do all types of little things to keep their little power. Or they think they're using your fears against you. Like, oh, most people think this. Well, this is what I'm gonna say. And oh, the other candidate's saying this, and this is what I'm gonna say. It's like everybody trying to use the current situations against each other, but they don't really care about the current situations. They just using that as a political football. And folks, you can't fall for this. Stop complying to this stuff that don't make sense. Stop going along with this stuff. Stop it. It is very, 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 very dangerous. I promise you're not going to be able to live the life you want to live in the near future unless you comply, because you're doing it now. And there's way more of us than them, so stop listening. I love you, my co-creators. Back to the beginning of this message. Don't dumb yourself down. Don't comply. Don't do stuff that doesn't make sense, folks. It's detrimental to your health. And don't be silent about it. Say something about it. This is very serious, folks. I love you. I love you. I love you. And this is all out of love. I am not affiliated with any political party. I don't give a damn about no politicians. I don't do any of that stuff. So don't think it's about that. This is about love. I'm not selling anything. Nothing. This is just love in my time. And I got another client about to come, so I got to go. All right? I'll talk to you later. You have a great weekend, holiday weekend. And I'll probably have a video up tomorrow. All right? Bye-bye.